Dandika, we can continue the Kirtan, please. Okay, you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, we should try and
All right, sorry about that. I want to call. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Sheila is going to sing the Yashubati Nandana song. Book 56. 56.
Yashomati Nandana Rajavarana Gara Gokula Janaka Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara Kare Adamana Vidhana Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara Kare Adamana Vidhana Amara Lina Vidasa Bamsi Badana Suas Bamsi Badana Suas Jajana Palana Surakudana Sana Nanda Kudana Rakuman Jajana Palana Surakudana Sana Nanda Kudana Madhava Nanita Taskara Sarananda Gopal Yamuna Tata Chara Gopi Vasana Hara Rasa Rasika Kripa Moya Yamuna Tata Chara Gopi Vasana Rasa Rasika Kripa Moya Shri Radha Nanda Bhakti Vinoda Ashaya Sri Radha Bhakti Vinoda Ashaya Bhakti Vinoda Ashaya Bhakti Vinoda Ashaya. Lord Krishna is the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the transcendental lover in the land of Raj, the delight of Gokul, Kana, a nickname of Krishna, the wealth of the lives of the gopis. He steals the mind of even Cupid and punishes the Kaliya serpent. These pure, holy names of Lord Hari are full of sweet nectarian pastimes. Krishna is the Lord of the 12 forests of Raj. He is ever youthful and is the best of lovers. He is always playing on a flute, and he is an excellent dresser. Krishna is the protector of the inhabitants of Raj, the destroyer of various demoniac dynasties, the keeper and tender of Nandamaraja's cows, the giver of pleasure to the cows, land, and spiritual senses, the husband of the goddess of fortune, the butter thief, and the beautiful cowherd boy of Nand Krishna wanders along the banks of the river Yamuna. He stole the garments of the young damsels of Raj who were bathing there. He delights in the mellows of the rasa dance. He is very merciful, the lover and beloved of Srimati Radharani, the great dancer of Vrindavan, and the shelter and only refuge of Thakur Bhaktivinoda.
Okay. Thank you, Jan Prabhu. And so Maharaj is here today for Friday. So Maharaj, please take over.
Okay, let me try and share my screen. Oh, we can share our screen. Okay. Share. There it is. Okay. And let's see if we work on this here. Problem is that this covers up our how can we? I need to make the toolbar is covering up our screen. I can't get the control panel going here. Yeah, I want to click on the tabs in the top there. Let's see. There, okay, now it finally went away. I don't know why. Okay. Can you see the verse?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. So Shrimad Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam
Narayanam
Namaskrityam.
Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narotamam.
Naram
Narachaya
Chaiva Narottamam.
Devam Sarasvatim Vyasam.
Divim
Devim
Saraswati
Saraswati
Vyasam.
Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayat.
Tato
Tojaya Mudaya.
Jayamudi.
Before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, let us offer our respectful obeisances unto Lord Narayan and unto Narayana Rishi, his eternal companion, and greatest of all human beings. The Srimad Bhagavatam is our and also to Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and the author of Vyasadeva. So here we have Srimad Bhagavatam 428:47. And looking at it, it seems like a very nice verse to commemorate Srila Prabhupada's Tirabhava festival. So please repeat. Atmanam shochati dinam
Atmanam Sochati Dinam.
abandum viklavashrubahi
Bandum Vikala Vashurabi.
stanavasitya vipine
Stanavasitya Vipine.
shushvaram prarurodasa.
Susvaram Prarodasha.
Okay, you chant and we'll respond.
Atmanam Sochati Dinam.
Atmanam sochati dinam
Abandum Vikalavasrubi. Rubi.
abandum viklavashrubahi
Stanavasitya Asachitya Vipine.
stanavasitya vipine
Susvaram Prarodasa.
shushvaram prarurodasa. Somebody else? Don't be shy.
आत्मानं शोचति दीनं
Atmanam shochati dinam
बन्धुं विक्लवाशुभे
abandum viklavashrubahi
स्तनावस्वासिच्य विपिने
stanavasitya vipine
सुस्वरं प्ररुरोधसा
shushvaram prarurodasa. Ekor. Well,
आत्मानं शोचति दीनं
Atmanam shochati dinam
बन्धुं विक्लवाशुभे
abandum viklavashrubahi
स्तनावासिच्य विपिने
stanavasitya vipane
सुस्वरं प्ररुरोधसा
shushvaram prarodasa. Atmanam. About yourself.
Atmanam
Sochati.
Sochati.
Lamenting.
Lamenting.
Of course, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, it says Sochayanam Vasochastrams Pragnavadams na Sochit na something or other. Pragnavadams na Sochite. And in the very end of Bhagavad Gita also, how's it go? Sarva Dharma Praditya Ja Mami Kam Sharanam Brajam Tam Sarva Antam Sarva Papibio Moksha Isami Masu Jaha. Okay, that's a little something different. But many times throughout the Bhagavad Gita, this point about Sochite, lamenting is coming up. about herself lamenting, Dinam,
Inam
wretched,
wretched.
Abandum,
Bandum
without a friend,
had a friend.
Viklava,
Viklava,
broken-hearted,
broken-hearted.
Ashrubahi,
Shrubahi,
by tears,
by tears.
Stanau,
Stano,
her breasts,
her breasts.
Asitya,
Sitya,
wetting,
wedding.
Vipine,
Vipane,
in the forest,
in the forest.
Shushvaram,
Shushvaram,
loudly,
loudly.
Praruroda,
Praruroda,
began to cry.
began to cry.
Sa,
Sa,
she,
she.
Atmanam Sochiti Danam, Abhandum Viklavashubahi, Stahanavastitya Vipine, Shushvaram Prarurodasa. Being now alone, a widow in that forest, the daughter of Vidarbha began to lament, incessantly shedding tears which soaked her breasts and crying very loudly. And of course, the context, we should know the context. This is a story of Paranjana being related by Narada Muni to King Prachini Barishat, the father of the Prachetas. And he tells the story of Paranjana, who was the enjoyer of the body, and the body is the city of nine gates. But in the end, it's destroyed. You know? And then Paranjana takes birth. And maybe because he was always in the bhava of being absorbed in beautiful women and their smiles and decorated confidential words and their gratifying activities in solitary places, then he became a woman, but a very beautiful woman and a princess. And eventually she was great if you're transvestite or whatever, like gender changing. So she then married the king of Vidarbha, okay, something like daughter of Vidarbha, and she married a great king. And this went on, that went on. Then finally he was getting old, and so she went to the forest following him, very chaste. And when he left his body, then she was lamenting and crying. Eventually, yeah, arranged a funeral pyre for him. So Prabhupada says in the purport, figuratively, the queen is supposed to be the disciple of the king. Thus, when the mortal body of the spiritual master expires, his disciples should cry exactly as the queen cries when the king leaves his body. However, the disciple and spiritual master are never separated because the spiritual master always keeps company with the disciple as long as the disciples follow strictly the instruction of the spiritual master. Ooh. This is called the association of Vani, words. Physical presence is called Vapu. As long as the spiritual master is physically present, the disciple should serve the physical body of the spiritual master. And when the spiritual master is no longer physically existing, the disciple should serve the instructions of the spiritual master. Yeah. It's a very, very nice point, which you've heard before. That's the point. It's just we hear it once, we hear it twice, we hear it again, we hear it from this perspective, we hear it from that perspective. So many different perspectives, you know. But then it begins to sink in. You really begin to say that again. And then we begin to feel it's not just words going by, which we're memorizing without any kind of, really, really much mentality. It's almost like a habit. A parrot can do it. But then we start to, understand and take it into our heart, and it starts to change our perspective. It's something which we start to take to heart, the understanding. And so here's Vapu and Vani, and yeah, and other things. There's many things to discuss. We wanted to join last night, but Jaya Haridas came very, very late from Atlanta, and he got here like about 7:55 in the evening, and so we were very much receiving him and getting accommodations arranged for him and so many things. And then we looked at the clock and it was 8:40, so we didn't join last night. But we had very, very nice chance to listen to Abhiram Prabhupada's disciple, temple president in Moscow. And he had been with Prabhupada, of course, at the very end of his activities like that, and was describing some of those activities. And he was also describing some of the philosophical concepts and principles and ideas there in Guru Tattva. And one of the things he was saying was that the last, I guess maybe months or weeks when he was with Prabhupada and traveling with him and everything else, then he one thing said several things really were very prominent. One was that Prabhupada was not at all different, in public as he was behind doors. He was the same person. And also too, he said that his purports, were not at all different. But it wasn't like there was something special you could get that you couldn't get from his books and his purports. And those were actually his life. And he was commenting the same thing. It was nice for us that we're thinking the same thing, that so many people have, through parampara, through the mercy of the devotees, and the Paramatma, have actually come in contact with Prabhupada through his books. And if we're sincerely hearing those, and then, what does it say? Strictly follows the instructions of the spiritual master, okay, which are there, in great quantity and great variety, then having as much association as anybody else. And he was saying he feels that so many people coming recently who never had the physical contact with Prabhupada have a contact which he envies, their connection with Prabhupada. And so he's happy to get their association like that. So it's very, very, it's not a small topic. Guru Tattva is Balaram, Nityananda. And so he's unlimited in understanding Nityananda. Even in Vrindavan, when the Brijbasis are trying to enter into the Jamuna and save Krishna from Kaliya, well, they're all going to die. But they're in this bhava of sacrificing everything for Krishna. He's a little boy, this and that. And so then Balaram, maybe expands his arms and just stops everybody. And he sacrifices his bhava of thinking of Krishna as his little kid brother and stops them. So he adopts the position of guru. He regulates their relationships with Krishna and Guru Tattva, even in Goloka. Everybody's there, And Krishna's devotee, and devotional service. Krishna's devotee and devotional service. Radha, Krishna, and Purnamasi. These three come together and dance, and nobody can quite tell who's in charge. Yeah. So it's a very understanding Krishna consciousness is something which we have to be absorbed in it. You don't really understand it, understand it, but then you enter into it with a proper perspective, no longer understanding, but or withstanding, but in standing. So there's another point here which will come up in the next few purports. But one thing I was just looking up on the database and looking at somebody with service was writing these books and ideas. And here is then Krishnadas Kaviraj, and he said this is the end of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he says, okay. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and let's see, this is text number 147. So I'll go over here to the advanced view. I'll remove the synonyms, remove the purports. It's okay. And he says, I have thus repeated the principal pastimes and their meanings. For by such repetition, one can remember the descriptions in this book. So there it is, repeating again and again. Then we can begin to remember, take them to heart, remember them. And then in different situations, they become the basis of our perspective on what experiences we're having in life, which is, of course, being arranged by Advaita, experiences we're having. So reading the books, becoming purified, and then relating to the lessons and opportunities that Advaita supplies externally. In each and every chapter, there are various topics, but I have repeated only those that are principal, for not all of them could be described again. The Vrindavan deities of Madan Mohan with Srimati Radharani, Govinda with Srimati Radharani, and Gopinath with Srimati Radharani are the life and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Madan Mohan, Govinda, and Gopinath. So that my desires may be fulfilled, I place the lotus feet of these personalities on my head. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with Lord Nityananda, Advaita Acharya and their devotees, as well as Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, who is my spiritual master, and Sri Jiva Goswami. Sri Gopal Bhatta, Raghunath Bhatta are not mentioned. No? The mercy of their lotus feet is my spiritual master. The mercy of their lotus feet is my spiritual master. And my words are my disciples, who I have made dance in various ways. Yeah. I'm thinking of Prabhupada, writing, doing the same. Think of these words as actually as being Prabhupada's words. Seeing the fatigue of the disciples, the spiritual master has stopped making them dance. And because that mercy no longer makes them dance, my words now sit silently. My inexperienced words do not know how to dance by themselves. The mercy of the Guru made them dance, and as much as possible. And now after dancing, they have taken rest. I now worship the lotus feet of all of my readers, for by the mercy of their lotus feet, there is all good fortune. If one hears the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I wash his lotus feet and drink the water. I decorate my head with the dust of the lotus feet of my audience. Now you have all drunk this nectar, and therefore my labor is successful. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is filled with the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. It invokes all good fortune and destroys everything inauspicious. Wow. If one tastes the nectar of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita with faith and love, I become like a bumblebee tasting the honey of transcendental love of his lotus feet. Since this book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, is now complete, having been written for the satisfaction of the most opulent deities Madan Mohan Ji and Govinda Ji, let it be offered at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Deva. Realized devotees are like bumblebees, maddened by their own mellows at Krishna's lotus feet. The scent of those lotus feet perfumes the entire world. Who was the realized soul that could give them up? In Vrindavan, in the year 1537 Shakabda era, 1615 AD, in the month of Jaishta, May, June, on Sunday, the 5th day of the waning moon, this Chaitanya Charitamrita had been completed. So I loaded the, what's it called, GCal at the program. I went back and said, tell me the calendar for 16 to 15. And I loaded it up. And sure enough, it came up, on the 5th day of June, I think it was. The 5th day of the waxing moon was a Sunday. I'm not sure what day of the month it was. And it's the disappearance day of Ramananda Roy. So I don't know if Ramananda Roy had actually disappeared when Krishnadas Kaviraj was writing this, or what was happening. Yeah, probably have. Yeah. So very nice. He's describing his position, all of his books done like that, and so forth, so on. Of course, Prabhupada didn't finish Srimad Bhagavatam as he was desiring, but he actually said, "But I've done the Krishna book, and so I've already done this 10th canto in many ways." And then, of course, with that, it becomes very easy for other people to go ahead and give them more details, like Bhanu Swami, Sridayananda Maharaj, Gopi Puranadana, and others like that, and so on. So this is Prabhupada's position, and his satisfaction that if people read my books, then I respect them. You know, I want their association. Okay, and then we were looking ahead here at um, yeah, this is what is this? This is Modula chapter 25. Okay. Okay, yeah, because we were looking at them was Anchalila in the end. I know this is the end of the Madhya. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And he says, the Chaitanya Charitamrita pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu constitute a very secret literature. It is the life and soul of all devotees. Wow. Those who are not fit to relish this literature, who are envious, like hogs and pigs. And this is not Porky Pig or Walt Disney's hogs and pigs, but these are these vicious, nasty beasts who tear other people up. Yeah, nasty, meat-eating fellows. Will certainly not adore it. Okay, so if I don't have any taste for Chaitanya Charitamrita myself, that means I'm in the category of hogs and pigs. However, this will not harm my attempt. These pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will certainly please all saintly people who have clear hearts. So every day we have to do that. Getting up every day, having a nice kirtan program, hearing and chanting. We have it online, our own program, and so usually every day a different devotee is leading the kirtan, and I lead on Mondays, and then I respond. And then that way we don't have too many people responding online because we get you get the delays and stuff. And then it's very purifying, very purifying. They're chanting, we're listening. Then we're chanting and they're listening. And so the kirtan is very nice. And then encouraging people, the leaders, to learn the word by word meanings of the Gurvastaka. And then we reading Nectar of Devotion together and stuff. So very, very purifying, nice morning program. And then later on, Prabhupada said, it should be strong program of hearing and chanting until 10 o'clock in the morning. Till 10 o'clock in the morning. And we can prioritize this, just adjust our lives. And if I don't get to work by 7 o'clock and start working out, I'll die. And when I was becoming a devotee, I was working in a big international janitorial company, American janitorial company, and they had a contract to clean up one government air base place, which was being used for different things. It was a swing shift. And I told them right away, the guy who's employing us, the boss, that I can't work on Sunday because I go from Sacramento and visit my church in San Francisco. And so I didn't show up on Sunday. I thought it was all normal. When I came in on Monday, then before we started, we all got together with the foreman, maybe like 60 years old, and he was chastising me for not showing up. They had to do more work, and I told him, well, I didn't know we worked on Sunday, and I told my boss and this and that, and he said he didn't care about my goddamn religion. So the guy politely pointed out that God they didn't damn religions, damn other stuff. And I just said, I can't do it. This and that. So finally he relented and called the big boss. And I don't know what happened, but I didn't show up on Sundays and they made it through, So yeah, you make your choices and your priorities and preaching without violence. And then we start following the instructions of the spiritual master strictly. And it does purify our heart. Yeah. And then we can begin to relish these things, relish Prabhupada's books. And then Prabhupada is so satisfied with our change that he wants to, take our association. Yeah. They will the people who have cleared their hearts will certainly enjoy it. We wish that this will enhance their enjoyment more and more. Prabhupada's purport. Prabhupada's note. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, has condemned all his enemies by comparing them to envious hogs and pigs. That'd be a good search to do on the Google that word, envious hogs and pigs, and see what kind of images come back. The Krishna consciousness movement, which is spreading throughout the world, is being appreciated by sincere people. Okay, we're preaching to looking for sincere people, and they exist. Yeah, at least 1 out of every 1,000 people is interested. Although they have never previously heard of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna's pastimes, now even the higher priestly circles, are appreciating this movement. They have concluded that this movement is very nice and that they have sometimes something to learn from it. Nevertheless, in India, and this is all the Prabhupada wants, he doesn't want them to become devotee, but that they take advantage of our contribution and include it in what they're doing. Nonetheless, in India, there are some people who say that they belong to this cult. Oh, hey, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, but who are actually very envious of the Acharya. Well, this is a big topic. They have tried to suppress our activities in many ways. Okay. How much am I doing this? Yeah. How much are other devotees in ISKCON doing this? How much of, yeah. But as far as we are concerned, we follow the footsteps of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and take them as envious pigs and hogs. We simply wish to present the pastimes of Lord Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the best of our ability, so that those who are really honest can cleanse their hearts. We hope that they enjoy this literature and bestow their blessings upon us. We hope that they enjoy this literature and bestow their blessings upon us. Yeah. It appears that even such a great personality as Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami met with some envious obstacles. What then to speak of us, who are only insignificant creatures in this universe? We are simply trying to execute the orders of our spiritual master to the best of our ability. Very nice. So Prabhupada's mood, no, in distributing these books and writing his purports, he's leaving it for sincere people, and of course that's always a challenge. Who amongst of us here now, feels that they're being sufficiently sincere, or have any sincerity at all? Okay, maybe sometimes we do make a choice, yeah, for sincerity. The Prabhupada says now, this commentation on the what's this here? What is it here? It says, thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 8th canto, 24th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled the Matsya, the Lord's Fish Incarnation. So this is the last chapter of the 8th canto. This commentation has been finished in our New Delhi Center today, the 1st of September, 1976, the day of Radhastami. By the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the Acharyas, by the grace of the Supreme Personality of God and the Acharyas, Shunartam Das Thakur says, Tandira Charana Sevi Bhakti Sanivas Janame Abilas. I'm attempting to present Srimad Bhagavatam in the English language by the order of my spiritual master, Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And by his grace, the work of translation is gradually progressing. And the European and American devotees who have joined the Krishna consciousness movement are helping me considerably. Thus, we have expectations of finishing the great task before my passing away. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. So very, very nice perspective in Prabhupada, how he personally is taking his work, what is the benefit of it, and we can experience that ourselves. So very, very, wonderful day is Tiro Baba is associating with other devotees and hearing how they are appreciating all the different aspects of this day and Prabhupada. And then in the chorus, then maybe we can hear including ourselves, get some potency to go on and do, follow the instructions of the spiritual master strictly. Yeah. I got one more here, maybe, I don't know. That's the other one there. Okay. So any questions or comments then? Yeah. Any other points about, I'm sure yesterday, what did you all talk about yesterday for Prabhupada's festival? Nobody said anything yesterday? Yeah.
Sorry, Maharaj, I was in mute. Yes, Maharaj, we were talking about that, what Prabhupada gave us. Especially, you told on the letter of instruction, there are 16 or 18 times he's repeating that. Okay, the purpose of the ISKCON is to get the association of the devotees. Okay, so how important it is, okay, how we are having a continuous association for the last 3.5 years now.
Wow.
Going on, so.
Yeah. The 1 year for Vyasa Puja, I went through this Upadeshamrita, first instructions for the devotees, and took out all the times where Prabhupada talked about this movement, ISKCON, and what he said, basic instructions. And basic instructions was that it's a place where people can associate with devotees and chant Hare Krishna. That's the main purpose. And that's the purpose of all of our management activities and so on.
Yes, Maharaj. So, any question to Maharaj? Any realization, discussion points?
What comments? Yeah. Yeah. Hanuman's giving the ring to Sita.
Yes, Maharaj.
So Hanuman's becoming guru. Guru for Sita. Uddhava was giving the guru for the gopis. Okay, so thank you all very much for a chance to talk about Krishna and our own little discoveries of Srila Prabhupada's words and these purports and so on, like that.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Kartik Vrata ki jai.
Jai Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Meena, do you want to sing the Damodara step? Meena, you are still on mute.
Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabiyolukaladavam Anam Param Rishtamadhyantato